Welcome back to Let's Play JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood. At the climax of the fight, Jonathan has forced Dio into the building where he landed on a statue.
Actually, I think it's outside the building, still on the property, but it's just a statue outside.
Yeah, I thought they fell through the roof.
Did they?
I don't know. Yeah, but it landed on a statue either way, who was actually holding a spear, I think, upright.
Something upright.
Yeah, so yeah, Dio's in a decent amount of pain.
Hey, if you got pierced through the heart, you'd be in a shitload of pain right now, too.
I'd imagine so.
I'd be kind of pissed, too. You'd also be dying.
Now, we cut just a hair out of the previous cutscene since it was mostly them yelling at each other and such in midair. And covering things that darn if we know what they're talking about. And of course Speedwagon is concerned for Jonathan's safety, thinking he's fallen into the building and essentially died.
And Jonathan breaks out at the end.
It's him, Mr. Joestar.
You know, did he have that scar on his face before he met Jonathan?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, all in all, that was, Jonathan actually managed to mutter out "father." So, Speedwagon yells out, "He's alive! He's won!" So, cutscene then to,
The hospital.
Hospital, yeah, where Jonathan is currently being taken care of, and Speedwagon hasn't been allowed to go in yet. So he's trying to go in and see how Jonathan has been doing. And they skipped a lot of scenes, so I'm trying really hard to...
Too hard.
Okay, so I believe this is the room.
何かこの部屋は面会謝絶です。
Wait, no visitors? But that's why I came. I want to see him. I'm his friend. I need to see him. And as the nurse, she's saying, we can look after him well enough, come back at a later date. And she essentially slams the door in his face.
後日いらしてください。
So Speedwagon's trying everything he can to figure out how to get into the room. I have no idea what he's talking about right here. I summed up everything that happened.
I was probably just mad because he can't get in.
Yeah, I think that was probably the proverbial slamming right there. Yeah, trying to figure out how to get into the room. He's tried all sorts of things. He ended up, I think, he climbed outside and ended up looking in through a window.
So, a lot of fancy squiggly lines for an Englishman to speak.
Yeah, he speaks surprisingly good Japanese for an Englishman. Oh, there we go. We see the woman that's inside taking care of Jonathan.
But who is it?
And how she's so painstakingly doing everything she can to the point that her hands start to bleed to help revive Jonathan.
Didn't figure there was that much they could do back in the 1880s, but whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of figure it's like 1880s, you know, unless it was something serious, they'd chop off a leg or something. Well, chopping off is a harsh way to say it. They more saw it off.
I think their technology was a wee bit better than that.
Just a wee bit. God damn, look at him on that bed.
Look at the size of the man!
It's like a tree trunk laying on there.
Like a couple of tree trunks.
よかった
Just a note, this is probably just going to be mostly cutscenes for like this video and the next. So.
Yeah, the next couple of videos are going to be predominantly all cutscenes because there's a lot of ground to cover before the next fight.
But it gets better.
It gets gloriously better.
We've just gone
just
past
have
the
to
last.
hold out.
Yeah, just gone past the last fight without the big main system coming up.
峠は
So.
越しました
I'll try to summarize this real quick. You find out, I forget if Jonathan recognizes her or she actually says it, but that's actually Erina, the one girl that he loved as a kid.
I think he recognizes it.
I don't know. So she after all this time she still loves him, and that's why she's taking such great care of him and all that. And a good time was had by all.
Doesn't she explain where she's been or something? Like she went to India with her father or something?
I don't know, and it's too much trouble for me to look it up, so I'm not going to bother.
We'll see.
All in all, they love each other, whatnot, and life moves on. Go ahead and advance the cutscene there.
Alright. Next cutscene, back at the Joestar Mansion. Wang Chung, the Chinaman, searches for the stone mask.
I don't know if we saw Wang Chung in the previous cutscenes, but he's the poison seller.
We kind of did. We kind of just saw like his face after he just got arrested. But
he was the poison seller. He's the one Dio went to a lot, so Dio essentially knows him real well. Digging through the rubble of the Joestar Mansion, I think he was just looking for any random treasures he could find.
Probably something to sell, and he just came across the stone mask and went back, ka-ching. And as he goes to pick it up, stop laughing! Pick it up! There we go. As he goes to pick it up,
the burned, scarred body of Dio.
Ugh, more to his face.
Yeah. And turns Wang Chung into a zombie. Reviving Dio.
He burned his lips off.
Dio is far from defeated. And if I weren't currently uploading a video, I could probably advance through the manga a little quicker.
And that's the end of the chapter.
And end of chapter.
You're timing this, right?
Yeah, we still got about another 2 minutes, so let's see how much of the next video we can get in. Or next chapter. I'm advancing as quickly as I can, but... Chopaturo Hachi! Okay, some number of years passed, I'm not entirely sure what they're talking about here, and I can't...
Actually, it's not years, it's just like they're talking about what's happening in London. Jack the Ripper!
Jack the Ripper is out again!
Yes, Jack the Ripper is actually in here. But we still never know who he actually really is, but, you know.
Oh, and that's Jack the Ripper right there, actually.
Sorry to ruin the surprise.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna find out anyway.
Yeah, I think this is just really a,
introductory thing.
Well, I think that's actually just some random girl he's...
Yeah, like a street worker?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But, essentially he's trying to...
Kill her.
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Chop her up, whatever.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, she's like afraid. It's like Jack's out there somewhere. Who's gonna protect me from this evil guy? It's like, why are you worrying about this evil guy? You don't need to worry about the evil guy, because you're with the evil guy right now. And basically kills her on the spot.
And I'm advancing through this as much as possible.
Ain't he a gentleman?
Indeed.
You know, what was Jack the Ripper's motives, really?
Fun.
Seriously?
I don't know of any other motive. I think that was essentially it.
But didn't he just, like, target street workers?
Yeah. And you see, the burned, scarred, defeated Dio.
Is he wearing armor on his leg?
I think.
Or like a...
Moved by the zombified Wang Chung.
It looks like he has a mustache from that range, which Doesn't he have a
I
mustache?
think it's just shading. I
I
think he
know.
does have a mustache.
I know, but it just looks like he's got a mustache or something.
Nice big handlebar mustache.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
All
thinking.
gentlemanly.
Udi.
Oh, that isn't it at all.
Oh yeah, he's got one of them Chinaman mustaches.
That's, all in all, though, it's Dio is essentially recruiting Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, pretty much.